I want to tell you about a statistic that changed my life, and afterwards give you some thoughts about how to make your own data a little more life-changing. The stat that moved me came from a colleague of mine here at Fast Company named Charles Fishman. He wrote a piece about the bottled water industry, and let me give you a little bit of backstory here. The city of San Francisco gets its municipal water supply from Yosemite, and it is so clean that the EPA doesn't even require the city to filter it. It's also dirt cheap. Per ounce, the water costs about 0.0021 cents. Compare that with bottled water, which is more like 7.9 cents per ounce. So clearly bottled water is more expensive, but you knew that. The question is, how much more expensive? Well, consider the thought experiment that Fishman posed. Let's say you buy a bottle of Evian water in San Francisco. It costs $1.35. And after you drink it, you decide to reuse the bottle. And you fill it up once per day with tap water. So question, how many days could you refill that bottle of water before you'd owe the city of San Francisco $1.35 in water charges? Take a guess. The answer is you could refill that bottle for 10 years, 5 months, and 21 days before you'd owe San Francisco $1.35. Now, when I heard that statistic, my brain exploded. And it has done a lot to change my behavior. I've probably cut my bottled water purchases by 90% since then. I just can't live with the cognitive dissonance. Now here's what's interesting about this. Fishman hasn't added any new information here. He's still working from those same two statistics that we started with. But what's adding drama and depth here is that he's put those statistics in a real life context. And that's the fundamental mission of making data stick, is to drag the numbers within the range of our intuition. I'll give you a business example. Years ago, Cisco Systems was contemplating whether to launch a wireless network for its employees. Now, obviously, that's kind of a duh decision today, but it wasn't at the time. And they had computed that launching this wireless network would cost about $500 per year per employee to maintain. So is this a good idea? Is it not a good idea? It's hard to say. We don't have a lot of natural intuition about $500 expenses. But one of the employees at Cisco managed to activate intuition. They figured out that if each employee on average could save about a minute or two of time every day, that their network would be a good investment. Well, now all of a sudden this is a problem that we can think about. Can we imagine a situation where an employee might save a couple of minutes because they had a wireless network? Well, almost certainly yes, versus if the math had come out requiring 52 minutes of average daily savings, that probably would have been a hard sell. So bottom line, to make data stick, you've got to take responsibility for dragging those numbers into the range where your audience's intuition works.